At the time of this recording, there's been yet another school shooting. We get so used to hearing about it. It's almost like when we go a long enough timeline without one, we're kind of wondering what's going on. Is the media even sharing school shootings with us because they happen so often? What do we do? How do we deal with this? That's the question on everybody's mind. And there's going to be a political upheaval to try to figure out how to make adjustments in the society to fix this. But ultimately, I think it comes down to the real question of what's causing it. Some want to say gun or violence or mental illness or evil. This is the Word Podcast, episode 210. And let's talk about mental illness or evil. Now, out of the gate, I'm going to say that mental illness is a real thing. You can be mentally ill. You can be sick in your mind. Just like any other sickness, you're going to need medication. You're going to need a little bit of therapy to get beyond it. As much as you have a weakness or a withered arm or something, and you get medicine that kind of strengthens it, and then you have to do physical therapy to fix that thing. 100%. That happens in the mind as well. But is every time someone does something like this, is it always mental illness? And it begs the question, why is mental illness always manifested as evil? I mean, I'm sure there might be some mental illness out there that causes somebody to go out and start a charity to take care of people and to go and feed the poor and to go and, bandage people's wounds instead of creating them. But I never hear about it. Have you ever heard of that? Why is it that mental illness, voices that say speak in somebody's mind, they're always speaking them to do bad things to people, to themselves, to be paranoid in a way that everybody's out to get them, that it's basically negative. I never hear about positive mental illness, causing people to do some of the things, the altruistic things that we talked about. Here's the big issue, I think, that we need to contemplate and think about as Christians, as believers who believe the Bible to be 100% true. So here's the thing. Go ahead and qualify this. If you don't believe that the Bible is 100% true, that it's God's word, then this isn't going to make sense to you very much. It might even come off as foolish. That's okay, because the stuff that you spew out is foolishness to me and to those that are on my end of the spectrum. And I don't mean to turn it into a you versus me kind of thing, but there is a line there. Here it is. If you believe that man is inherently good, that if given the right options, given the right choices, given the right programming, that he will do the right thing, that he will not do bad things, negative things, evil things. If you believe that deep down we're inherently good people, we're inherently innocent, then yeah, sure, when things like this happen, it's got to be mental illness. There's got to be a breakdown in the programming. There's got to be a breakdown in the software of the brain. If we start to look at it like a computer, that this computer is designed to do the right thing and something happened, there's a virus, and that virus has to be mental illness. Then sure, okay. But if you believe the Bible to be correct, then man is inherently evil. Man is inherently sinful and selfish and under the influence of dark forces, referred to as a child of wrath, a son of disobedience. Then you start to see these things in the light of what they really are, a manifestation of that. So then, as a believer, we have to ask ourselves, is addressing mental illness the answer? Or is addressing the sinful nature the answer? And then also making boundaries to corral and cage that evil that is inside all of our hearts. Now, don't hear me wrong. I'm not sitting here on a mountaintop with clouds passing by me in a meditative stance saying, oh, I'm so much above only by God's grace and his spirit he's placed inside me, that I don't do these things, that I'm not these people you read about and you see on the internet and in videos that do these bad things. It's only by God's grace and trusting faith of walking after him, knowing that there's nothing inherently good in me except Christ and Christ alone. See, my answer, and I think the Bible's answer to every problem that we have in this world is very simply, very innocently, Jesus. But not just saying the letters Jesus or the cultural connotation of who Jesus is, but actually knowing the man, the Son of Man, the Son of God, actually knowing him, walking with him, and him coming to live inside you in a very mysterious way that the world thinks is mental illness. All right, you are a warrior designed for God's glory. Remember who he is and who you are in him. And apart from him, you can do nothing. All right, God be with you. Stay in the fight. Jesus is the answer. Peace.